YouTube, Librarian Larry here, back with another video. And a few days ago, the TTR team posted a new ARG which has been solved by the community today, and has led us to a brand new comic, Gone Fissionton Part 2, which contains the lore of what happened to the Fissiontons, and contains some hints for what is happening next. If you want to read the comic yourself, I'll be putting the link in the description below, but I'll also be going over it in the video. So without further ado, let's begin. So the comic begins when the silly meter was maxing, and Surly runs out in a panic when he realizes what's going to happen. He then travels to Cellbot HQ, and does a quick run through a factory like a boss, to get to the center silo where he meets the Fissiontons. He tries to convince them to come back to the lab with him and stop the silly meter, but they refuse to go, saying that once the silly meter maxes, they will be entering unwritten territory, and all the anomalies will be erased, including them. They tell him that teamwork is the key, that Surly needs to work together with all the toons in Toontown in order to save it, and that he can't do it himself like he's been trying to. After this, the silly meter maxes, and all the anomalies are erased in an explosion, including the Fissiontons. Then, as a result of the explosion, silly particles come raining down all over Toontown for the toons to collect. As this happens, Surly drops to his knees and begins to cry. So that is the end of the comic. Now, I actually made a theory about what would happen next in the storyline a little while ago after the first part of the ARG, and I was for the most part correct. You can watch that video now if you want to, a card should be popping up for it. I got pretty much everything correct except for the last part. I said that the silly particles were the Fissiontons' body themselves, but Joey actually confirmed on Discord that that is not the case, and that the silly particles came as a result of the explosion that got rid of them, and was supposed to represent the silliness that the Fissiontons embodied. Now that's not all Joey said, however, because he actually said that this is the beginning of a brand new era in the game. He said that this is the beginning of a new storyline that's going to connect to a whole set of TTR's future content. Field offices are going to be included in that, but overall, it's building up to a much bigger event revolving around a certain duck, aka Slappy. If you don't know, Slappy was the other mayor candidate that ran against Flippy when TTR first opened. He won the race, but then the Cogs kidnapped him, so Flippy has been standing in as mayor of Toontown in his place. Surly mentioned that we will be saving Slappy a long time ago, but nothing has come of that yet. But now that the silly meter is up and active, Toontown silly levels have never been higher, and it seems that now is the time to fight back against the Cogs and to save him. Overall, I think this was a fantastic finale to the first part of the Toontown Rewritten storyline. With teamwork being the overall theme going forward, it really embodies what Toontown is all about. Toontown is a game where you're supposed to work together with friends in order to take down the Cogs. And that is exactly what we will be doing going forward. We already know that field offices will be a cooperative event where we have to work together, and it seems that all future content going forward will be just as cooperative, which I think is good, because soloing stuff isn't really as fun as going in with other toons. Even if it's a building that I know I can easily solo, I'd prefer to bring along a lower toon for the ride, just because it's more fun to play with more people. So I'm really happy that TTR team is embodying this design philosophy that made Toontown so great in the first place. And I am also really happy that the storyline is taking a bit of a darker turn. Personally, I never expected things to get this dark, because it still is a kid's game, but I'm really happy that they are going to these places, which is going to give Surly more motivation going forward. So that is the end of the current ARG. What do you guys think about all this, and what do you think is going to happen going forward? Personally, I think there's going to be a bit of a gap in content right now until after Toonfest. I do think we can expect Crash Cash Bot fairly soon after Toonfest, and hopefully field offices by the end of the year. So that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe for more Toontastic videos coming soon. If you haven't already, check out my Discord server, link is in the description below, and I'll see you guys next time.